You guys, one of my favorite channels that I have been following for a while, it's called The Comment Section with Brett Cooper. However, it's not called The Comment Section with Brett Cooper anymore because Brett Cooper is no more. She is not dead. She was just forced out of the company and of Daily Wires. Even though she claims that she left by herself, there are a lot of reasons for us to speculate that she was kicked out or forced out after nearly 3 years of working so hard on this channel. And the channel is not the same anymore. This person here that you see, it was her friend, her bridesmaid, a person that she had a lot of posts on Instagram with, that she deleted the post with. So I do not believe this was a case of I decided to leave and everything is fine. Regan, this girl, took over the channel. They kept the name The Comment Section, removed Brett Cooper, and now they're pretending she doesn't exist anymore. Hello? We're gonna go through the comment section. It's hilarious, you guys, even though it's really bad as well. I'm really mad about this. But before we do so, let's check out the decoy voice. This show is creepy now.
Welcome back to the comment section. I am producer Regan, filling in again for Miss Brett Cooper, but don't worry, she will be back on Monday. And don't worry, Brett will be back on Monday.
This is such a lie. This is how they started, like slowly going into it, trying this out to see how we will react. And don't get me wrong, the first video or two, people were like, oh, Regan is fine. We like her. We would like to see her more. Maybe together, like Brett and Regan. You are friends. Like, why don't you record together as well? We never saw them together. We never literally saw them even saying hi to each other. That is sus, all right? If you want to leave your channel to someone else, you purposefully will make at least one video sitting next to each other and being friendly and talkative, just to show that you are welcoming this person and you are giving this person, honestly, everything that you worked hard for, and you trust this person with your own channel. Nope, did not happen.
And don't worry, Brett will be back on Monday.
Today, December 10th, will be my last day hosting the comment section and working for the Daily Wire.
Well, the rumors were true.
Yep, it's true. I'm leaving the Daily Wire. Here is what you should know. Brett Cooper, this is what she posted. And before she actually even made this video, there was a comment where a person said, if you are being held hostage, and not in a way like hostage, like forcefully, but because of an NDA that she signed, that she cannot say the truth and she cannot speak freely, especially on the channel, they said, wear a blue sweater. And that's what she wore.
When just after a month of denying it, Brett Cooper announces she is leaving the Daily Wire. There's a lot to unpack here, from this inorganic scripted statement from Brett, the confirmation of rumors about why she's leaving, and if I think the Daily Wire is officially doomed, as within a year, they've lost not one, but two of their top talents, as Candace Owens' departure was just 8.
Candace was so amazing, and honestly, she was so mistreated. If you don't know what happened with her, not only that she was fired, they were saying that she was racist, pulling out some stuff that were not true. Candace had to go through like 50-minute video, just factual video showing proof that she did nothing wrong. They actually treated her so badly. I'm so mad about it. But Candace is doing great with her channel right now. So I am happy that she's independent and she's doing great. And that's what I can foresee for Brett Cooper as well. Like, Brett Cooper did not lose. At the end of the day, she made a new channel. You can check it out, guys. You can subscribe to it and support her. I would highly recommend it. However, I can see the comment section going down and Brett Cooper just going uphill from here.
Months ago. But as for the rumors, I'm thinking they're true.
And it's not just that the Daily Wire is pushing out Brett Cooper. It's actually that Brett Cooper is under one of these contracts that has her basically
NDA,
tied to secrecy and silence, under NDA, and can't say anything about it while they spin whatever narrative they want about it. They are promoting her best friend, who was her maid of honor at her wedding.
Not anymore.
They apparently, allegedly, gave her acting classes to help her imitate Brett's mannerisms.
No.
And when
that is actually crazy, because if you listen to Regan and how she behaves, like her body language and her voice, even like with the words she stresses out and the tone she uses, it's almost identical with Brett Cooper. And that is creepy. Like, she doesn't even have her own personality. She's impersonating someone else, and she's doing it good.
Was talking to a girl with the family I was staying with before. She's like an 18-year-old chick that loves Brett Cooper. She's a total super fan. And she was like, yeah, the Regan episodes are kind of weird.
Welcome back to the comment section. So obviously,
Oh my God. Even like the mannerism. I cannot.
TikTok car brand into a whole new stratosphere of woke confusion. I'm concerned about feminism. I'm concerned about the growing gender divide. But before we get into today's episode, make sure you like this video. Before we dive into this episode, though, make sure that you like this video.
Nah, man. Nah. Can't you like be your own person? Listen, one thing I learned, you will never be the best copy. You will always be a copy of someone that you are copying. That original person will always be better than you are. You will just be a copy. So be yourself.
If you have not already,
As I understand, two best friends are going to have similar mannerisms, but you can't convince me this isn't done entirely on purpose.
No. I have friends that I hang out with, and we're not like the identical copy of each other. Okay, we complement each other, but we're not the same.
As this just looks like when two people pick the same character in Street Fighter, where they have all the same moves with a different color scheme. And at one point in time, it worked. As the first time Rean hosted the comment section a month ago, it was received incredibly well, stating Rean was a natural. They wanted to see an episode that featured them together, speculating she will be a stand-in for when Brett gets pregnant. But looking back on those top comments, I honestly wonder if those weren't planted by the Daily Wire themselves to try to astroturf a narrative of Rean is just as good as Brett. Us fans should have loyalty to the brand. But unlike sports teams...
To be honest, no, I think that they just got fooled. Like, we have no problem with her filling in whenever Brett Cooper cannot do it. And especially if Brett Cooper wanna become a mom and take some time off. We were like there for it, supporting Brett Cooper, you know, and also having extra content, why not? But taking it away from her and replacing her, that's a different story.
That have star players come and go, I don't think people see the Daily Wire like the Dodgers or the Celtics. I think YouTube stars are more seen like musicians on a record label. Sure, the production team can swap out a singer and make an identical song, which is exactly what the Daily Wire is doing here, but the fans develop these parasocial relationships with the individual, not the platform from which they discovered that person. As the fans began to notice Rean replacing Brett more frequently, so recently whenever Rean recorded an episode for the comment section, their comment section started to sour on Brett's absence, saying they only watch the show and the Daily Wire because of Brett Cooper, and if she leaves the Daily Wire, so will their money. And when Brett recorded her final episode, officially announcing her departure, people stated they were only watching for Brett, not the show itself. They'll follow her in whatever she does next, even a farming channel, as this is like the Joe Rogan podcast without Joe Rogan. Because many people don't 100% believe this seemingly scripted statement.
It is not true that I am being forced out. It was my own choice to leave. And believe me, this is bittersweet. I have had...
Honestly, like how shaky her voice is, I've never heard her like this. I have heard her voice multiple times. Almost every video. And this is not her. She is really sad. She's forced to say these things. She, like, you see the vibration. You can hear it. She's very emotional.
The most unbelievable 3 years helping to craft the show, building this community, and telling stories and sharing the truth every day. And I'm grateful that the Daily Wire gave us a platform to grow this community. But at this point in my life, I am ready to take on a new direction, both personally and professionally.
Which was followed with an HR-sounding statement from the CEO.
We're sad to see Brett go. We're excited to see her take the next step in her journey. Brett's an amazing talent, both as a personality and as an actress. It's been a pleasure to see her bring the comments.
Why? That's the only question we still don't have an answer. And it will take some time for Brett to be able to tell us the truth. I just want to know why. Especially that she was working on Snow White. She had some projects working with the company. All of that is what, gone now?
Life these last 3 years, and her performance in the Pendragon cycle is sensational. And we wish her nothing but the best.
And I imagine every word of those statements were pre-scripted and lawyer-approved, as it really comes down to who had the final cut of this clip. Because even if Brett wrote it herself, she recorded it knowing nothing other than the narrative the Daily Wire wanted was going to get posted on the channel the Daily Wire owns. Which sadly was something Steven Crowder had discussed back in the beginning of 2023.
Kids out there, coming up, we need to build a bench here in this movement. It's almost impossible. Don't sign these contracts. Effectively, full ownership of all your social media platforms, channels, in perpetuity, the rights to your content, name, image, likeness. Frankly, it's worse than Disney. It's worse than ABC. It's worse than NBC. It's worse than CBS. This is ownership of you and everything that you do.
Young talent, they don't get deals like this.
So they don't get deals that...
They can be wage slaves for a little bit.
Excuse me? Did he just use the word slaves?
Come over and make a salary and grow their brand.
That you then own.
Well, I own parts of it. I don't own it.
No. You own everything. You own everything. You use them, abuse them, and when you don't need them anymore, you will throw them. And you take over.
They can, when their contract's up, they can still go out and they'll still be famous. They can keep doing their shows, so go do a show somewhere else. They'll be in a far better place. You helped to make them.
No, not longer at this contract. This contract owns it in perpetuity even after the contract. You're paying a lease but getting ownership. That's what this contract reads.
On the content that we paid to produce, yes.
Now, a lot of people were outraged to hear him say wage slaves, but I somewhat understand what he's saying here, as I use that record label and...
I remember there was this girl, Alyssa, I don't know the last name, she's a YouTuber, and she was working with like a full house of YouTubers, and then she got kicked out because, I don't know the reason, drama. But she didn't record a video on YouTube for a whole year on her own channel. And then when she recorded, she said, I didn't want to record any videos because this whole year they would own all the revenue and all the monetization on my channel. And I didn't want to give them any penny anymore. And that's why it took her a whole year to even upload a video again. That's crazy. And like after 1 year, people will forget about you. Like you have to be in this business. You have to constantly be there. You know, you have to constantly create content. So first, YouTube doesn't forget with the algorithm about you and promoting your channel to your subscribers. And let alone also like people just move on with life. You know, they find someone else that they like and they forget.
Analogy earlier, because I truly believe social media influencers are the rock stars of Gen Z. As kids no longer want to be musicians and professional athletes, they want to be TikTokers, Twitch streamers, or YouTubers. So just like how record labels would sign unknown singers into predatory contracts to take the lion's share of the revenue, before home studios and social media, musicians needed the infrastructure of a record label to attain stardom, which was basically the same thing the Daily Wire did for Brett Cooper, as she is a superstar right now, but how quickly do people forget that she was essentially an industry plant? It isn't necessarily a negative thing, but unlike most YouTubers starting off in their studio apartments with 480p webcams talking into a headphone mic, Brett started her channel doing collaborations with huge YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of dollars of professional video production and most importantly, mentorship from people at the top of her niche. So even if you believe the Daily Wire is the villain in this scenario, if you love Brett Cooper, you should still somewhat be appreciative for platforming her in the first place. Because even if the Daily Wire sinks, Brett Cooper is the Justin Timberlake. As the comment section has already deleted with Brett Cooper and replaced her with nothing. It appears the channel is starting to lose subscribers by the tens of thousands, while Brett Cooper's new YouTube has over 100,000 subscribers before even uploading a single video. Which is especially significant as the channel that she's leaving has every single video receiving well over 300,000 video views. Compared to the Daily Wire star Ben Shapiro, despite his over 7 million subscribers, sometimes struggles to get even over 50,000 views. Which should be alarming, as this one-man bootleg operation at Decoy Voice is closer to Brett's numbers than Ben's, and that's me doing videos about squirrels. But if you look at the Daily Wire's other personality that left the network, Candace Owens looks like she's at the top of the niche, regularly receiving over 1 million views per video, with her live streams seeing identical, if not better viewership, which I think Brett Cooper will see similar success on her solo channel, as even though the Daily Wire controlled Cooper's career during peak election season, likely raking in millions of dollars from ad revenue and brand deals, in the long run, Brett won, as I think most people would rather be in Brett's position than Reagan or even Ben. So if you appreciate my one-man operation that provides concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status of today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how even New York City is beginning to reject their woke nonsense.
Okay guys, let's go and check out the latest Reagan video and see the comment section. Alright guys, the latest video called Alright guys, the latest video is called The Dark Fandom of Luigi Mangione.
Here's the key.
And hey, at least she has black headsets now, because people hated that. They were like, oh my God, the white headset is such a Brett thing. Don't do it. And honestly, I saw Brett wearing white headset long time ago, and I have brown hair. So for me, like having black headset on didn't really feel well. So I chose a white headset as well, inspired by Brett. I did it. But people are hating on her doing it because it's literally impersonating her even further. And she's blonde. Honestly, black headset is way better on blonde. But that doesn't matter. Let's go and check out the comments section. Haven't even started in the first one. It's pretty ironic that a show called The Comment Section completely ignores its own comment section. We all subscribed for Brett. Anyone else unsubscribed but keeps coming to check how fast the show crashes and burns now that they screwed over Brett Cooper? Oh my God. Busted. Literally unsubbed. Oh my God. Brett would have done this story better. Whoever thought replacing Brett with a weird clone wannabe should be fired. If only she just kept her own personality. If only she just was more humble about it and just did her own thing. Money over a dear friend. Despicable. She got paid so hard that she was a bridesmaid and she decided to betray her friend for money. She got paid so much. I hope that she got paid so much that there was no way for her to say no. And I hope that Brett Cooper was like, okay, I understand. But I don't think so because she removed all her Instagram posts with her. Well, good job, Daily Wire. You killed my favorite show. Damn, this girl had a chance to leave with Brett and become a wicked, masterful duo, and now she's just everyone's reminder of that backstabbing friend. Yeah, she's the face of backstab, and betrayal. She doomed her career from the start. The editor must be angry about Brett leaving too, or they just stopped caring. I understand this comment because what the hell is this? This gray coloring?
It doesn't result in something good. New CEO comes in. Everything stays the same.
What are they trying to do with this? These are the colors that we like, but this makes no sense. It's foreshadowing what's gonna happen later during the video. Man, it's literally the same thing. I literally can't watch this anymore. It's despicable.